As a Reiki master and an energy healer and a spiritual man, I believe men are going through this period of misogyny and denouncing the climate. They say to me, "You must be gay if you, a woman, if you support the environment." No, I'm grounded. Are you grounded? Am I putting you down? No, I'm not. I'm saying if your root chakra was grounded, you'd have a appreciation of how beautiful this planet is, and you wouldn't defend egoic systems that are telling us that climate change does not exist. Attacking Greta Thunberg, all this stuff is just the ego, judging the ego. I'm cold, but I really think we are not grounded. I think I think the music we listen to doesn't have any rudiment. I started looking at my life and how I spend money. I started buying into all this tech stuff, and it was sucking my accounts dry, like iPhones and Androids and stuff like that. Do we need them? No, we need just a flip phone. I'm going back to some old tech. I was right. I was right all along. I was absolutely right in the 1980s. I saw all this in the tech. I went to college. I studied horsemanship, and I heard Jethro Tull singing Heavy Horses. Going back to the old traditional ways in this over digitized, disassociated society. If it isn't disassociated, you don't have a conversation in a restaurant anymore or a coffee shop. They're all on phones. You got a flip phone? Very simple. The cost of it is very good. Yeah, $20, over $100 and $200, and then your iPhone. You get Instagram on there, and you get all these apps. I'm using apps on this Chromebook. It seems to be enough. I might go to a Wi-Fi phone with my Wi-Fi and just pay one bill. Paying way too much, and when it broke down, it was a blessing. Learned to live without it. I realized how much of an addiction it was, carrying it everywhere. So somebody looks at me and thinks I'm crazy. I take notes and write. And I remember photography, doing photography in the Great Barrier Reef. There were sometimes a camera was good to have, but it was a hindrance when I just wanted to do a dive and look around. Carrying cameras everywhere and having photos, it's nice. I'm going to go back to analog photography. Crazy? Well, I might get it digital, but I don't know. Maybe if you're doing this work, but I'm just starting to see where the money's going on. Guitars are basically guitars, right? You know, the design hasn't changed much. Uh, Analog technology, I like vacuum tubes, but there was something I really liked in those old vests, man. In the pocket watch. You know, it's not on your wrist. This is for a swipe. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I go back to the rudiments of World War One when we came out with higher explosives, TNT, more weapons. We were killing more people, wiping out the planet. Technology has ruined us. I started reading Wendell Berry, Sex, Economy, and Religion. And I think what he predicted is absolutely right. You know, disarm the children before they go into schools. Yeah, we've we're addicted to the information. Have you ever tried to go without news services? I have. I think it's my friend, he's got Down syndrome. He's very happy not hearing the news today. Because right now, where we are, nothing's hit us. And what are we going to do if it does? Run away? Yeah, I don't know where to run. It's just be present. We are so all over the place with technology. Am I denouncing tech? Well, for my business, I'm going to be doing Reiki distance. I'll have a phone that hooks up and Skype calls, but I'm not going to be using a printer. But I don't need phones everywhere. And I'm going to go back to analog watches. Good quality. My brother had some stopwatch, pocket watches. I love those vests. Because right in here, I'm cold and I got the uh, electric blanket. Dressing warm and comfortable. The Thoreau talked about that. He talked about a man that dressed practically. Might be considered odd. I got John Lennon glasses. I gotta get them repaired today. I got the arms. I buy them cheap. Buy them at Amazon. And I found ways to save money instead of spending all this stuff going retro. The old vests, the little pocket watch, just like an older gentleman. Be a gentleman. Be rooted and grounded in good clothing. Old vintage. I used to like my dad wore those starch collars in the 1900s. Because he came from that period. He was in World War I. Nostalgia? No, is what works better. Music should go back too. It sounds like garbage right now. Hip hop and noise. Look at how much tech we use on digital gear. We used to use this tape. I've been thinking of the days of tape and the 2-inch tape. We used to use multi-track, reel to reel. And then we went to cassette, and that wasn't as good. But if I could get a reel to reel, I'd go to it. I might just start recording on a DAW-less system. I don't like the DAW. See, Thoreau he looked at this as more tech, more updates, more learning curves of things you don't need to learn. In Reiki practice, I need to practice more meditation, get books, and study building real books like that. Yeah, real books. They just go in a shelf, and they're always there, just like guitars. They should be on a rack, so I can pick them up and play them. I don't need a lot of tech. I've been using harmonicas. How far does the harmonica go back? Quite a ways. Gilmore's guitar was a 1958 Stratocaster. Like, these guitars are just perfect. Speakers haven't changed much. The best speakers out there are clip short, as far as I'm concerned. And you can still get the clip short speakers for audio. That's what I'm saying. Reiki practice. And everything here is in the area is rock and crystal shops. I buy one heck of a lot of crystals. And everything's working for me on this little wee under $200 laptop. All right, grow the garden and take time before you buy something to get high tech. If it's high tech, You better make sure you know what you need. Go through the processes of how many computers I've gone through, how many cell phones I've gone through, and I gone back to something like that. Yeah, it works. It works quite well. And I'm just going to put another chip in. I found I'm using a company for my banking, and they have cell phone plans. And I'll get points on it. And I'm going to put on just a phone that hooks up, and it's a business plan without accepting my Wi-Fi. Why do I need to keep on buying digital phones? It's crazy. I really don't think the world needs all this tech. I think it's getting, you sleep with this stuff, you can't sleep at night, your screen's on. That just rings. And that's the thing about technology. It's been forced on us. Media. I got sick of watching television years ago. I went and got rid of the TV. And I'm getting to the point I'm going to go back to vinyl records. I got all my vinyl. I'll just go down to the vinyl shop down there. I can buy them online. I don't need. I used to love buying boutiques, going out to a local store and buying records. And it was discovery and it was fun. So a lot of younger people say, was it better in your time? Yeah, it was. I think it's over. I see a mental illness going on. Too much tech, too much information, too much control. Everybody telling you do this, do that. I said, I got an Oracle Dex and Tarot. It says, be your own guru now. Be you. Obey the law of your country. But basically, why do we have to live like this? High tech? Robots? Implants? I don't want that. I want to be free of all that. I don't go to doctors. I do Reiki practice. I need a dentist. He lets me work with my Reiki practice. I don't want any more to do with analytical thought forms of psychology or psychiatry. Because I think that's the human ego. And it's a judgment analytical system. I turn off all the analytical psychology on here. I haven't. It's just a waste of my life. People are forensic. They have a history, and there's the soul is calling. But we don't look at that. We analyze them in a material form. So we live a material life. I just don't agree with. Limit the usages of technology.